Okay, let me start the live stream as well. Okay, let me just check my live stream feed. Give me 1 second here. Yeah, just a minute. Well, we could go to Mr. Kesh. That would be fine. Let me just having a little technical difficulty. I have to stop the screen share for a second. Okay, there we go. Shall we not have the screen share and just go with the video then? Okay.
Start anytime you're ready.
Let's go with video to start with then maybe. Okay. Let me make the official announcement as we make that transition. It's the 18th Chinese Knowledge Seekers Workshop for Tuesday, November 10th, 2015, at the Keshe Foundation Spaceship Institute, and we have a presentation from the Chinese folks. There we go. We have our video now from our feed from the Spaceship Institute. Okay. So is there something you'd like to say to begin with there, Mr. Kesh, other than your
Nothing. As usual, good day to you, whenever you listen to these teachings. Today we have the benefit and the pleasure of receiving knowledge from our colleagues in China. And it's fantastic what we learn from this part of the world. Would you like to start or share a screen with us?
Sure.
Is there anything new? I know they have a teaching program this week, and making coils and teaching a lot of people how to make their set. Do we know anything on that side from Carly?
Translate? Translate. 瑞克说，欢迎大家来到第18次中俄教学。然后开始说，大家早上好，晚上好。然后说我们很高兴能这次教学看看我们能从中国的这个朋友这里面学到一些什么东西。然后说听说这个我们就是深圳有一个这个大家在测试这个就是这个线圈的这个展示，说是不是克洛丽有什么东西要说的？
Is Carly on the line?
问科尔利在线吗
Yeah, he is online, and we do.
I think he is, but
to start with,
he's a bit too shy.
科尔
I can unmute him.
Hello, Mr. Kesh. Hello, can you hear me?
Hello, Carl. How is your teaching going in China yesterday and today?
Yes, the public teaching is going on yesterday, and we teach different kind of people coming here to learn how to make this coil and make a public test and mass the data later on. So maybe we'll go on for around 20 days or for a month. So and I have made a very interesting experiment which I want to share with all the people around the world.
Yes.
Yes. Can I open my video?
You want to share the camera?
Yeah,
sure. Yeah. Okay.
Can you open?
克，你说一下中文吧。
Okay. Can you see the picture?
Yeah,
The paper.
see your video.
The paper we can see.
So I use three different kind of reactor to make a very interesting phenomenon. I use a double core reactor.
You used what?
Use a double core reactor. So I use a double core reactor here, and I wait for a minute.
The copper coil.
你要说一下中文哎。
I need to describe. I need to describe the. So I use a double core reactor here.
他用一个双核的反应器在那里。
On this line, and on the electron scale, about the electron scale appear flatboard reactor, but that's how of the flatboard reactor. So in this setup, oh shit. So
I don't understand. What is this?
This is the half fat boy.
yeah, half flatboard, and this is the double core reactor set here, and spin around 800 RPM, and this one with.
So
and
your
and
the
this
fat
one.
boy. How many reactors in the fat boy?
Three of them.
Only three?
Yeah, 3 of them.
Only three.
Yeah.
Yes.
然后这个是克说大家可以看一下中文。
Move your okay. You have one reactor on its own.
Yeah.
Yes, and then.
Three gas reactors.
Yeah, yes, but he has a core on the other side, on the left-hand side.
Yeah, this double core reactor loaded with different kind of gas, and flat run outside.
Is it rotating?
It's rotating at around 1,500 RPM.
Yeah. Okay. And then what?
With these two different kind of reactor, I didn't see anything, so I add another one.
所以用这两个的话，我什么也没看见，所以我就又加了一个反应器。
So I add the multi-loop reactor. So with
加了一个多环的反应器。
So 5 loop in one.
Oh, you mean one of the plates?
Yeah. So with this multi-loop reactor and set here. So I put another cup of salt water here. So
他在这里放了一个盐水杯。
Around half a meter away.
Yeah.
大概是半升。
This is 1,000 and a half RPM.
The big one.
Yeah, the multi-loop reactor.
Yeah.
And maybe a little lower than this level.
也许比那个1500转少一点，可能差不多1500转。
Lower, no, a little lower, around 10 cm lower of this level.
Oh, okay. So he's saying that they are like horizontally almost same as same level. So the last one a little bit lower.
Yeah. So with this
They mean the height.
with this app running for around running for a night, and I can see the soil water get together here inside.
然后他
You
说
saw what?
I can see
he
the
said
soil water gathering here under the reactor.
The energy or the salt water?
The soil
salt
water.
water。
Yeah.
然后他说这个盐
you
水
can
就在
yeah.
反应器下边聚集
You
起
can
来。
you can see the photo.
他说你可以看那照片。
Yeah, it's in the PDF that we have here.
Yeah.
I can
we have a look at it?
Okay, just a sec.
然后开始说我能看一下吗？那个 PDF 文件，然后现在就是这个 PDF 文件发了。
This is the top view. Yeah. We have a fat boy. Yes, and then?
Next picture. This is not this. No, next.
Next.
Okay, this one.
Here. Okay.
No. No, you need a photo. Need that photo with 3 reactor.
No, you got to go backwards. Go up. Go up.
Go back. Go
Go
back.
up.
Yeah.
Go back.
往回走，再往回走。
Go back. Go back. Go back. There.
Oh, this one. Yeah, this one.
Yeah.
Oh. Okay.
So where is the salt water now?
Yeah, you can see the photo. Can you see the photo? With reactor inside, and you can see the store water in the middle under the reactor, and you can also see the store water on the surface of the electronic scale.
Oh, he said on the electronic scale, also under the reactor.
Can you share my? Can you share my screen?
Yeah, we are looking at your. Okay, you share your screen.
Yeah. I open a picture for you.
So the salt water was still in the cup?
Yes, I put a cup of soil water around half a meter away from the reactor, and I can see the soil water gathering in the middle of the 3 reactor.
On the floor or hanging or hovering?
Under the floor.
On the floor.
On the floor.
And
Yeah.
on the surface of the scale.
Oh, he has a scale. Because he put the reactors on the scale, so he saw the salt water on the scale.
On the
Can you
scale.
see? 能看到吗？
Can you repeat it again?
让你重复一下。
You want the PDF? You mean, Mr. Kesh, the pictures?
OK， 怎样分享屏幕？这里。喂，大姐，怎样分享屏幕？哪个按钮？
我也不会呀、你就底下那个绿的，中间就紧下边不有3嘛，1、2、3，中间的那个就是共享屏幕啊。有个，你已经在共享了吧？
不是，我现在用摄像头在那里。
你在用摄像头啊？那你在中间这个3个参与者问答共享屏幕，然后你摁那个就行了。
哎，为什么这样？等一下，
在最下边呀，在最下边就有一个呀，共享。
参与者是吧？参与者问。
参与者再往右走。
OK。
Oh, he was asking how to use the share screen.
Okay, wait for a minute.
Your desktop is messy.
Yeah, you shouldn't be showing your desktop.
You
need to get off the screen share to start with. Stop the screen share.
Okay.
Yeah, you open a
Stop
screen
the
and
screen
then
share.
you screen
Can you see the
share.
picture?
Yeah, if you stop the screen share first and then select the
Okay.
thing you want to share, then select screen share.
对，先把那个选好，先把你的那个东西选好，然后再按这个。
Okay, okay.
说你的带宽不好。那个大家听得清楚吗？中文的。
Yes, okay.
不就说明白吗？差不多吧，应该。
你为什么拿着 ？Can you see the picture now?
Yes, there we
go.
Good.
这个不要。
然后
So can you see the humidity and the dew on the floor and on the surface of the scale? It's
here. 他说在这块看见有这个水珠。
And I have another picture one also.
那你就换吧。他说再换另外一个照片。
这个金字塔那里啊。这里找到 wait for me. Can you see?
Hello?
Hello?
We lost him. Yep. And now a word from our sponsor. Let's see. Curly, are you there?
He is sharing the screen.
Okay. Can you hear me?
Hi. Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah. Can you see my picture?
可以。
Okay.
Yeah. There we go.
The picture I am showing now is a glass shell, maybe 1.5 meter away from the reactor, and I think the reactor also transporting the salt water on the surface of the glass.
他说这是在1.5米以外的地方，然后所以看到这些个盐，所以说就说是不是盐水把给
And can you see the pyramid? Can you see the pyramid?
Yeah.
Yeah. I still can see the salt in the inner wall of the pyramid.
This one is hollow or solid? Your pyramid. 你这个金字塔是空心的还是实心的
？It's empty. Empty.
是空心的。
Yeah.
Okay, so it's hollow. Yeah. How many faces? 4是4角的吗？4棱的吗
？Yeah. 4个的。
4棱的。
4角的，对。
It's a quadra.
Okay, so you had salt form on the inside of the pyramid, you're saying?
Yeah, inner wall of the pyramid. The soil is in the inner wall.
在内墙上，里边，在里边 inside the pyramid.
At first, I just can see the water on the surface, and for a long time, the salt water evaporates and see the salt.
所以说就是说看见那个水，然后时间长了就变成盐了，是吗？
是。Okay. So this is my experiment. Okay.
再开那个 permit 那个。
Yeah, it's best to select the item first and then do the screen share.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, see the water on the face of the scale. And 然后再显示下那个金字塔的。
And this is so on the surface of the gas 1.5 meter away.
Okay.
And
说这是1.5米外的
the
那个
soul
子
appear
上。
in the inner wall of the pyramid on this portal. So this is multi-loop reactor with different kind of gas loaded. And along with this phenomenon, I can also see the rate increase and decrease in the process.
Which one 就是你是哪个？他在讲，他说他同样可以，刚才那个展示是多环的那个反应器，多环的那个，然后他又说他可以看到这个反应器的重量增加和减少，然后我问他是哪个反应器，which reactor you are weighing？ 你是哪个你是量的是哪个反应器呀？是胖子还是哪个
Can you see the picture? Why now? Why away?
Which one? This
There
one?
is something.
You are waiting.
Are you feeding the fat boy?
Yeah. Can you, I use 3 different kind of reactor, and with 2 of them I didn't see anything. And when I add the multi-loop reactor, so I can absorb the salt water from the cup 0.5 meter away on the surface of the scale and under the multi-loop reactor.
How you connected this to the fat boy directly?
No, it's not. It didn't connect to the fat boy. It's only separated.
No, connect this system, your stacker unit, to the 4 motors of the fat boy.
Okay, I
because
haven't.
You need that to establish.
I haven't done this. I haven't done it for now. And I am testing the power decreasing. I need it take time to test.
No, it doesn't matter if the power decreasing. Just let it run for a few days.
Okay.
开始说你把这个连在这个胖子身上，然后问科尔连，科尔说还没连，然后开始让他说你连上，然后试验几天。刚才开始先生是让你怎么着？要你连上吗？把这个东西放在胖子上？
不是，他说要那个新的能量系统叫他连到胖子上，然后呢，我没连嘛。
把
现在测试能量嘛，他说没关系嘛。
把能量系统连在哪儿？
就是反应器上啊，4个反应器啊。
啊，就说开始让你这个电让你从这个能量系统出来，是这意思吗？用能量系统
对，
出来的
他说现在你可以一边测这个能量，一边把这个反应器连上去看一下。
OK， 我知道了。
OK。
啊，然后说让用这个能量系统出的电来连到这些反应器上。
Hello.
Listening.
Hello.
Hello.
你要问问题吗？还是怎么着？
Yes, I have some question. So
他在问问题。
4个问题啊，你打开看一下，我忘了。And I have a question on the behalf of one of my friends. He wanna know whether the microwave oven.
First, Carl, can you
hello.
stop your screen share or not show your desktop there? And do you want to show the PDF or your video?
Yeah, I think maybe Lisa will show the PDF.
Okay.
怎么搞了？
没关系的，瑞克会显示的。OK, go up.
The question. Go back to the question.
Go down. Yeah. Okay. To go down. Okay. Keep going. Okay, here are the questions.
我没问这个问题啊，为什么谁帮我加上去了？
那你去中文吧，那中文问题，这个问题他们翻译错了，你去中文看我，然后我给你翻译，或者你自己问。
你看中文。
The question is, the weight changes, is any relationship with the magnetic field of the some substance. 什么意思啊？
The thing is to use the same liquid and the same condition to see the difference.
No, this is not my question. These are not my question.
Okay. Those are not your questions. Okay, you have 你有中文的，你不是减重现象出现产生某种物质？
反去中文我翻译一下吧。上去中文我翻译一下吧。
你没看见吗？你可以看的中文，减重现象的出现和产生某种物质刺激能场有什么关系
？Okay, stop, please stop. And I wanna know is there any relationship between the weight increase and decrease?
Weight changes.
Weight changes between the weight changes and
the matter you created, you mean the salty water? They should different. They are different things.
我等一下。
这个不是啊。
都不翻译。
你看不见那问题吗？
我看不到啊，你的那个屏幕。
你自己看你计算机的问题吧，计算机里边的，你看你计算机里头的那个问题，或者
你们继续吧，我等一下回答。
The pipe receives this from this.
Is it
okay?
The pipe, the long.
Not this question. This question they translated wrong. His question was, what's the relationship between the weight changes of the reactor and the substance he created in another place? It's like the salty water. Are they related? That's his question.
Okay, I see. So, okay, did you get that, Mr. Kesh? How is the weight increase and decrease of the Fat Boy reactor? Is that related?
Not Fat Boy. It's the other one, the multi-ring reactor. He weighted
No.
that one.
It's the Fat
你是
Boy.
量的哪个呀？
The half spear of the Fat Boy.
哦，你量的是那个 Fat Boy. Okay.
Yeah, I wanna know what kind of relationship between the ray changing and the appearance of the salt water.
They are different things, I think.
But was there a change in the salt water when the weight decreased, and then different change when the weight increased?
They come together.
They have those at the same time, but he want to ask Cash what's the relationship between them.
Okay, are you there, Mr. Cash?
Mr. Cash?
Hello.
Yes, I'm listening.
Okay. So that was his question anyway.
What happened? We received this patch with these things yesterday. Yeah? What we were looking with Marco on it, you fill them in with the gas, you seal the packages, and you put them in the belts.
Yeah.
Am I correct?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yes.
What do you use them? This is like a paint pads, but without the magnetic field with the gas. Correct?
Hello?
Paint
I
pad.
said it's like brackets, it's like a sleeves. We put these pads in it with different gas material in it. Am I correct?
Yeah.
What do you use it for?
And just make it and use for pay release and just for test. I'm not sure.
Have you tried them? Have you tried them?
Yeah, I haven't.
So we got to do it backwards. He hasn't tried it. It's just a concept.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for the unit. We received everything yesterday. We had a lot of puzzles and good thinking about it.
You're welcome.
然后开始说，收到你们的这个系统，就说我们想了很多，就说很不错，给我们很多启发。
So do they come along of the phenomenon of the appearance of the soul and the weight change?
I don't understand.
Do they have any relationship?
Yes. With?
What he's asking is if there's a relationship between the appearance of the salt and the...
I don't know, because we were not there till you got to observe it. It's there. Has it come by gravitational magnetic field? Has it replicated it? Did the cat jump out?
Yeah, that was what I was asking about him.
Yeah, but
captured or transported or what?
The other point is if it's an electrical scale and the water appears on the scale, is the electronic field which is created by a scale has participated in this presentation of water, salt water.
Yeah, I see.
This is, you got to repeat it again. If you can repeat it tonight and let us know tomorrow.
Okay.
Then
Okay.
we see if it's repeatable, and then take the scale away and see if it's the scale which creates the environment of the water.
开始说，不知道你这东西是搜集来的还是搬运来的还是怎么着，还是不是说你这个秤参加了这个作用，然后说你下次把这秤拿走，看看是不是还有能够重复这个结果。如果你今天做的话呢，你明天可以把这结果告诉我们。We can continue the next question.
Yes, please.
Yeah, 科，我们可以问下一个问题吧。
所有
基本都是这样的。
all the question is based on this experiment. So
the salt water.
Yeah, transporting 1.5 meter away on the glass. Decreasing the cup. No.
Is it the same amount of water in the cup?
它让你那个水杯里那个水减没减少？减没减
I'm not sure because I haven't checked it. I haven't checked it. But there is no other salt water in my room.
你那个什么
But the same amount of water in the cup as last night. Have you marked it?
No.
So
This where the problem is.
你把那个杯子给封起来看看如何 ？If you seal the cup, see what happens.
Yeah, seal the cup. See if the cat goes in it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the environment has been trade the environment and move all the reactor away and tear them apart.
你说什么
We got to repeat it and let us know again because this is too many factors involved. You got the scale.
Okay.
开始说你要重复一下，因为不知道就说是哪个，因为你有太多的变化因素，所以呢，你有个秤，你还加了一个反应器，然后所有的事情，所以你要重复一下。
Okay, my question is done.
You finish your questions?
Yeah.
还有一个 the last one, the number 4. How can become the gas?
Yeah. How the magnetic field become gas? In what kind of environment?
How the regular matter becomes gas in what kind of magnetical gravitational fields?
This we explained in the teaching of this last week. It's the gravitational magnetic field of the sodium in the water, which creates a new condition for the gravitational magnetic field of the, for example, the carbon or carbon CO2 to open up. It's the new condition in gravitational magnetic field strength, which creates a new environment. Where the gas was in the air, when the CO2 was in the air as a gas, it was under condition of the gravitational magnetic field of the gases of this planet. When it enters in the liquid, the salt water, now it's a different gravitational magnetic field, plus that now, due to the proximity of the nano-coated plate, copper plate, now you have created a new gravitational condition. Because if I can go, this is what they say, how it changes. Can we go on the screen, on the whiteboard? How can use the newly... Well, can we go back on that question, question 4? Hello, can we see that question again?
OK， 说能再看一下那个
How can use the
吗？
newly released coil system energy unit to change the strength of gravitational field, magnetic field, and adjust the magnetic field? That's the question number. How can
4
a
number 4
specific gravitational magnetic turn itself into the Ganser state? Okay, okay. Can you go on the screen and then I'll explain. When you put the plate in and is nano coated, which is like this, you have at least 40,000 layers.
啊，你
You
有
have created,
3000
you are translating.
Yeah, it's OK. You just speaking and I translating.
So the other plate was a zinc plate, for example.
另外一个是新的板子。
You think by your normal thinking that in the salt water,
然后你想着在盐水当中
this is the salt water you
这
have.
是盐水，
You think because you see salt water,
你以为
there
你
is no
看见盐
difference.
水，实际上是
Here,
有关系的。
here, if I can use the red as a carbon,
所以
here
说我把
the
红的
carbon
当成碳，
atoms are on the condition of the atmosphere.
它们是在这个我们大气的环境下，
Gravitational magnetic field
是大气的环境。
Yeah? But once you put this plate in, the game
当
has
你把
changed.
这个，当你把这个板子放里头以后，它的环境变了。
Now the environment inside the cup
在这个杯子
is
里边的
totally
环境
different than outside.
是
Because now
完全和外头
the
不一样，
gravitational magnetic field
因为
of
它磁引力场，
the copper, which dictates the new environment.
因为是这个铜控制了这整
To
个
you,
这个环境，
it looks like
它看上去像
it's like a water with
像
salt
水里边
and
有盐，
water, but in fact, due to
但是
this
实际上是因
this
为
little plate here,
因为这
this
个
is a
盘
new
这
gravitational
个
condition
板，所以
because
产生一个新的磁引力场，因
the
为
gravitational magnetic field
因为
of
因为这个磁引力
gravitational magnetic field of this environment now dictates, and this is
现在就
what it counts. Is
就变
partially
成
this
这样，
and partially, if you look at it, I
它
can
是
put another
有
color.
一部分是由于这个铜的这个纳米铜的这个，然后另外
It's
一部分是由
partially this.
还有这个
So
就是
it's the mixture
盐的
to
这个，
you
它
is
实
a
际上
cup
是一个混的，
with the nano-coated plate. But with this nanomaterial now, the game has changed. This is a new environment. It's another space. It's not what you think.
这个是
If
完
you
全
put
新
a
的，
copper
完
plate,
全新的
it's
环境。
another state. But once you put a nano-coated, you create totally new gravitational magnetic field.
因为你要是只放了铜片是这样子，但是你要是放了一个纳米铜片，那么就创造了完全新的磁引力场。
So when the gravitational magnetic field of this plate
当
interacts
这
with
个
the
板
gravitational
子的这
magnetic
个
field of this plate,
两
the
个
plasma condition
相互作用，
of the CO2
然
now
后二氧
takes
化
the
碳
shape
的这个
of the new gas, new
气
size.
体就变成了新的这个状态，因为这环境变了，
So you convert
所以你就把这个物质的二氧化碳转换为
into the
就是这个碳转变成这个
due to the new condition.
变成了这个等离子体的碳，就是由
And
于
the
新的
minute
这个环境。
And the minute it interacts with the water,
然后和这个
immediately
水相互作
creates
用，
CO2.
然后立刻就成了二氧化
So
碳，
this one is a carbon,
这是
here
碳，
now becomes CO2. First
然后
you
变成
create
CO2，
the gravitational magnetic field of this environment, in this
首
environment,
先你制造
and
了
then
这个引力场、磁引力场
this
在这个区域，
pulls the carbon in,
然后就把碳给吸进
with the
来，
water becomes CO2.
然后就变成了二氧化碳了。
You create a new environment. It's not just there's a water. That nano-coated material has created totally new environment from gravitational magnetic field, which the nano structure with the matter, even it's here, it still has a field. In the balance between these two fields, you
因为
get
这
field
纳
strength
米
of
跟这
carbon.
个物质的这个两个之间的场相互作用，OK，
Okay, no problem. So, Marco, this has to go that back. What it is, so when you have a plate in the matter state, you are in the environment of the gravitational magnetic field of the Earth. The minute you nano-coat the material and you put it in the same environment, now this is a totally different gravitational magnetic field strength. It's like going on the moon. You're taking you to the Mars. This has changed the game. This little plate, little dark material has changed the plate, the game. And then you have created gravitational magnetic field. Now you've made a magnet of carbon. So whatever carbon is in the environment gets attracted into here, and then in conjunction with the oxygen of the water, you become the CO2. And if you look, it gets to a saturation point that you cannot produce anymore because all the free oxygen in the water is consumed. So if you change the water, you get more CO2. But if you stick
He's on it already.
OK。
He's
I can
perfect.
translate now. 刚才开始说，如果你要是放一块这个物质的东西放的，那么就是说好像没什么变化，因为和这个我们这个大气的这个磁引力场环境是一样的，这个物质磁引力场。但是你如果放了一片这个纳米材料，这个就整个改变了这个情况，然后制造这个磁引力场，等于是你制造了一个碳的磁铁，那么就会吸收空气里边的碳。那么你如果一直用这个水的话，可能就说是饱和了，那么可能就不产生新的了。但是你要换水的话，就可以再继续产生二氧化碳。
Let me explain to you while we are on this subject. We have seen that somebody has put a video about another video on the internet that the CO2 box is fake, it does not work, and it's all rubbish. This is Mr. Ludmil. What we have informed him is that you all have to be careful. You buy copper plates. There are two types of copper plates. There are copper plates which are normal plate, and there are copper plates which are for artists. They are shiny, they're like mirror. If you use the copper plate, because we have this problem here ourselves, that's why we can explain to you, and he has most probably done the same thing. If you use the copper plates of the artist, it looks like a normal copper plate. You put it in a caustic, it goes slightly black, and then when you put it in the salt water, it just goes away. These copper plates cannot be used for CO2 because you don't nano-coat. they have like a plastic coating, am I correct? And they have to be taken off before you do. So people who buy these shiny copper plates from art shops or whatever, you will never be able to create CO2. So when you do an experiment like Ludmil, then you find out that the system doesn't work, it doesn't create any CO2. He's correct, because he's bought a plate, which is an artist copper plate, and they never produce because you can't nano coat it. Even if it goes black, this just falls off the surface and it becomes useless. So if you are doing any copper plate, any nano coating, make sure you buy the right copper. Otherwise, as you see, then they say it's all fake, because horses for courses. If you buy to do something, buy what is for the purpose, not just because it looks like it. So a lot of you, if you go to any of these art shops or hardware shops buying copper, make sure you don't buy a shiny copper. This is coated and it needs a specific way to be cleaned up. Do you want to translate?
Yeah.就说你们可能在网络上就看到有人说我们的这个二氧化碳这个包的话是整个就是假的，整个就是好像是垃圾，是骗人的，因为它造的这个东西它不出这个二氧化碳干丝然后说这个是因为呢，你如果买铜片的话就是会有两种，一种呢是普通的铜，一种呢是一种特别亮闪的这个，就是上面有一层塑料层的这个铜。那么这个铜呢，你放里边以后呢，形成一层黑的，然后一放里头它就掉了。这个呢不是没有纳米涂层，所以你用这个制造不出二氧化碳干丝那么你必须要买普通的，你买这个铜片，你一定要买你要用干什么的，不能买那个就是像那个做艺术品的那个一层亮晶晶的。他说这个是那个帖子好像是 Ludmil 发的，他说他也不错，但是他就是说他买的材料不对，所以就说出不来这个结果。
What we're going to do, we're going to show you one of these plates in a minute. And you can leave these plates, you think you've nano coated it for 2 or 3 weeks, you won't produce a single bit of CO2, if any. And then you say it doesn't work because the gentleman does not have an understanding of the different type of copper, and that has caused him to make such a test and show it doesn't work. So it's for him to go and buy a proper copper plate, nano coated the way we do, and then he will get the results. And the interesting is that he already sells belts, health belts, using the Keshe Foundation technology on his website. Very interesting that one way he denies the technology doesn't work, and then on the other hand, he sells equipment of the Keshe Foundation technology. So it's very, very interesting. This is the plate. If you look, this is the artist's copper plate. On one side, you get it black, and the other side, this has been nano-coated, I think, 4 times. I come to the front that you can see it. And it looks black, but what you see, is it okay? Yeah? It looks black, but in fact, there is no nano coating on it. This is the artist, they make like mirrors from it, and you buy it from art shop. And with this, you cannot produce any GANs because this is not nano coating. You just make some sort of black copper or whatever it does, and you cannot do nano coat it totally. So if you buy these copper plates and then you can't produce GANs of materials, it's just that these are not copper plates. You want to translate?
Yeah. 这个就说，我刚才说我们一会儿就可以给你展示一下这个铜片，看看是什么样子的。然后开始就拿了这铜片，他说这个就是你在那种艺术品店里边买的，这个上面又有一层塑料，就是说涂层，有一层塑料涂层，然后你在里边做，可能涂层涂了好几个星期，你看着黑了，实际上一点涂层也没上去。你如果用它来制造二氧化碳干丝的话，是一点也制造不出来。所以你们买这东西一定要注意。
Okay, can we go to question number 5?
比方说
There
能
is
去看
something
第5个问题。
we're gonna repeat this again on Thursday. Please understand, we're gonna repeat this again on Thursday. If you are involved in producing these blueprint power magnet supplies, we've seen a number of people, even in governmental laboratories, they've done something very strange. What they do, we've seen a picture from a Canadian guy who's done the same on the internet. He has made a stacker unit. He has put a meter here connecting to it, and then he has put another meter connecting to this and then connecting to a load. This you cannot do. This second meter cascades the stacker, and the stacker behaves as a normal, conductor. It's the behavior of the meters which blocks the property of the plasma between the two meters. So we have checked it. What you got to do, you cannot put, this is for theoretical people. In the house, you don't put a meter before and a meter after. You connect your system immediately after the public meter, and then you connect it to the electricity, or to your load. So if you have, or you're trying to test such a thing, your system will not work. You cannot cascade the system between 2 meters. And on the other hand, you'll have the same problem if immediately you put a high resistor load immediately after the load here. That's why we said it needs 3 weeks to, you need 3 weeks to build the system up. And you should be receiving your systems by now, next day or 2, if you have already received them. You will understand that you have to follow the procedure we set up, otherwise your system will not work. And those of you who are trying to prove the correctness of the technology with your plates, you cannot put a meter after the unit. Impossible. Because you cascade the system and you block transfer of plasma. This is one of the situations we're trying to assess it further to explain to you how it works for you, and that's how it is. So if you are testing for the load, you have to follow the way we have set it, take a measurement, or it says like 1000 watts or 200 watts, whatever system you use. So you have 1200 watts of energy on the resistive side, and you might have another 400 watts of non-resistive like LED lights, and monitor your meter over 3 weeks, every day. And then you see, you should read 1.2 kilowatt. In fact, you start reading 1 kilowatt and then it comes down. You got to follow the procedure. And I've seen a guy from Canada who's put a meter on the whiteboard with a stacker in the middle. And immediately we have informed everybody. And then when we checked with the government testing in 2 countries, they seem to be doing, because they're trying to see the performance of the meter, the performance of the system is by the load applied in conjunction with the system, not with another meter in the middle. This is very
translate?
Pardon?
You want me to translate it?
Yes, please.
Okay, thank you.
Because you are making them in China and you have them with the Chinese agencies testing.
Okay.
Have you informed them, Lisa?
Yeah, I did. So they are
Okay.
going to take it off and see what happens.
Okay.
这个刚才呢，开始先生说，这个的话，我们可能星期四也还是要讲一下给大家关于这个系统的这个测量。他说，可能有的国家的这个国家机关的这个在测量的话，可能也同样做这种事情，就是说把2个表啊放在这个系统的一前一后，然后来测量这个能量。这样呢，实际上是不行的，你不能放在这里，放在这里，这2个就等于把这个夹在中间的，这实际上对这个能量是个阻拦。所以呢，你最好要把这个拿开以后呢，你直接就是装这个负载。那么你这装负载，比如一个是200，一个是1000，那么加起来是1200的这个电阻的。那么你再加一个400的 LED 灯的，那么加起来是1600。他说你用这种功率来量，那么你就可以看到测3周，那么你就可以看到这个功率，就是说这个表读数会一直在往下降。还有呢，就是说，所以说你一定要按照我们的这个，就是说给的这个指导的这个方法来做来测。一开始呢，要给他就是说让他来充1-2天电，然后再给他放负载，然后上来不要放太大功率的，然后再看，说你就这样来计算。说好像有一个加拿大的一个人在发一个图，就是这样的，然后我们就告诉他了，然后告诉他以后呢，说好像也没听到消息，然后凯先生就问我说，你跟你们的这个测量的人说了吗？我跟他说，我告诉凯，我说了，就是这样子。
If you are putting another meter here. If you are putting another meter here, you need to put another stacker unit here that you sectionalize each section.
如果你要是想再
You
放
can't
一个的话
increase your power to 5.4 kilowatts anyway. Carry on.
OK， 说如果你要想放一个表盘，那么你在后边再放一个这系统，然后你就可以看这个到底多少度数了。
Okay, the next question.
好吧，下一个问题。下一个问题看看什么问题？Where's the
You want to change the
question?
screen?
Yeah.
Do you want to share your screen or?
Yep, it should be sharing there now.
Which here you mean? Okay, no problem. Okay, thank you.
The number 5 questions. How can you use the newly?
How can we use newly released coil system energy unit to change the strength of gravitational field magnet or adjust the strength of magnetic fields? We have taught you this. You can't do it outside. You have to do it within the inside structure. And these systems are not set for this job. These sets are not. We showed such a system to be able to change the strength of the gravitational magnetic field with the units the last day with Markov's unit. Pardon? You need a control unit for magnetic strength or gravitational strength. We have developed this control unit in time. We released it that you can use gravitational or magnetic field. You cannot do it so easily unless you can separate it at the point of. Can we use, question number 6, can we use energy unit to produce light or achieve lift? Yes. Very easily. Easier than you can imagine. Do you want to translate?
Yeah, sure. 第5个问题就是说，你能不能用我们这个新发布的这个就是这个线圈系统来改变这个磁引力场强度？开始说这个不行的，这个你要做的话，要从内部的结构来做。然后我们这个的话，就说这个不能够从外部做到。如果你要想控制的话，要用最近Marco 就是说发布了一个这个控制系统的这个系统来达到这个目的。然后现在是问第6个问题，他说我们能用这个能量系统来产生光和这个达到这个飞升吗？开始说是啊，当然。Mr. Cash.
Yes. The next question.
Can you explain how a little bit on the question 6?
You have a very high plasmatic strength coming from the system. You need to produce a system with a very low strength. The interaction between the two will create light. This is how the light on this planet is created. Secondly, to be able to see the light, once you created the interaction, you have to create a small gravitation in the back of your unit that it absorbs the produced lighter field towards it, that it creates creation of light. Can we go on the screen, please, if I can? How do I go back on the screen? Okay. This is what this means. This is your plug, which is releasing plasmatic field. You need to create a system that this plasmatic field, in coming into the new system, it interacts with much lower gravitational magnetic field plasma, which is dynamic, and it has a central rotation. So the interaction of the fields from your system and this one leads to creation of weaker magnetic fields, and then by its pull towards the center of a gravitational magnetic field of a slightly stronger creates the creation of light in this region. There is a process. It's not just releasing it. You have a very high power plasma coming out. You have to slow it down in the field level and then pull it to the matter level, because the light is at the matter level. So you need a core, dynamic core, which creates the gravitational field, that its field interacts outside with the field of the plasma which you're releasing, and then it pulls it to itself. That pull creates the light.
OK，我刚才有点太长了，开始的意思就是说，你必须是制造一个这个，就是说一个强的这个磁引力场，然后你要在它旁边制造一个弱的磁引力场，那么它们俩的相互作用，然后就形成了一个，怎么着？然后在后边又有一个核。然后就说让它再降低到物质层面，这样呢，就在这个区域，就在这红的这块就产生了光。因为光是物质层面的，因为这个就是说需要你有一个动态的核来达到这一点。别人能补充一下吗？
You need a dynamic plasma to slow the dynamic plasma from the system, and then the interaction leads to light. But once you create the interaction, there will be a static here. So you have to create a pool, like with a small rotating plasma with a GaNs in it, that as they come in, they create the light. That's where the light is created. The light on Earth, I explained before, you have the rays of the sun, you have the gravitational magnetic field of the Earth, then these two interact, the full forces, they create a weak plasmatic field here from rubbing each other, that this plasmatic field, now that is weaker than what's the interaction of the two, part of it gets pulled to the Earth and becomes your daylight. Without gravitational magnetic field of the Earth here, you don't have a daylight, impossibilities. It has to create a pull. That pull, that's why they say light sometimes behaves as energy and sometimes as particle. Light is always a particle because it's got gravitational magnetic field. And because now it's a weaker gravitational magnetic field, now it gets pulled by the stronger, and in that motion, the plasma of the fragmented plasma with the plasma of gravitational magnetic field of the Earth creates what we call daylight.
OK，
if
这个
if the rotational dynamic gravitational magnetic of the Earth wasn't there, we never see any light. It's impossibilities. That pull that creates the speed, further interaction between plasma of the energy on the top with the plasma of the Earth, which releases the light.
OK， 这个就说我们就像我们讲的这个粒子，这个上面这是太阳，然后地下是下面这个是个地球，那么它们俩呢就会相互作用，它们的磁引力场相互作用呢，就在这个中间有一个等离子体，就是的这个粉色的这条线。然后呢，因为你这个地球有一个就是说有个自转，有一个更弱的这个磁引力场，那么这个磁引力场呢就把这个磁引力场往下拉，就会吸引，这个样呢就形成了我们现在所看到的光。就说这个，所以这个光呢，说有的时候是能量，有的时候是粒子，因为这个有这个地球的这个转动的这个自转的这个低的这个等离子体，就是也是刚才画这个图，他说要有两个。就是说反应两个制造出两个等离子体，这两个等离子体相互作用，然后就形成了一个等离子体场，就是它这样画的这个绿的这个地方。然后呢，你要在这边呢，你要做一个小的，就是干丝的反应器，一个小就是说能量比较低的，那么它就会吸这个场，吸这个绿的场，所以就在这块中间就形成这个粉的光。这两个图是不一样的，一个是这个是它把这绿的叫光，这个是它把粉的叫光，但是都是在这个场跟这个弱的这个等离体之间形成的光。
To create lift in the second part of your question, you have the fat boy. You connect your system through nano-coated wires to your motors, and you control the amount of energy to each. Then you can lift very easily the fat boy. The fat boy is the biggest candidate for lift with the physical reactors, because in the fat boy you create, the way you set it up, you create a plasmatic magnetic field in the center, not in your cores. It's actually right in the center, and now you have the gravitational, now you have the gravitational magnetic field of your system against the gravitational magnetic field of the Earth. You can find position very easy. But you have to use nano-coated wires into your own motors. Let the motors get nano-coated that transfer plasmatic energy across to your core. Then you dictate how much plasma you want to transfer. You literally suck plasma out of the fields of the paragraph unit into each core, and you achieve lift. It's just that you have to do it properly. You're still one of the front runners for lift. But be careful, you put a chain to his leg that he can hold it, it doesn't escape anywhere. You can lose it.
开始现在回答第二个问题，就是第二部分是如何能够达到飞升啊，然后开始说这个还是需要我们还是用这个就是胖子，因为这个胖子的话还是是我们物质的这个最好的这个反应器，就是说是最那个候选人。然后呢，他说你做的方法呢，就是你要用这个我们这能量单元产生的这个过来的这个电，然后用纳米线连接到这些个马达，然后转，这样呢，这些个马达呢就可以吸收这个等离子体不同等离子体的这个强度，然后最后实现飞升啊。他说因为你这个胖子特别好，这个还是算。就是说，在我们的这个所有的设计里边，还是算最领先的。说我们这个是最领先的，因为这可以在中间形成一个中心的这个等离子体，然后呢，它这个和地球的这个等离子体下边地球嘛，它画了道蓝线，这个相互作用就可以实现飞升啊。但是呢，你要给它带上个枷锁，要不然它有可能就飞跑了，你就丢失了。
Any other question?
还有其他问题吗
？Wow, it's great. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Yeah.
说谢谢。
I'm trying to learn, but I just see they have to share their screen. Is the next question on? I learned so. By the time I learn this thing, I stop teaching. Okay.
下一个问题。
From Dingbin. Question: Which is the positive, negative end of the plasma capacitor? The inside is negative, the outside is positive. Because you take in from the center and you give out from the outside. This is not, what do you call it? This is not the magnetic field in the electron sense that you have a directional flow. This is a plasma which flows in all directions. What it means, negative, it means you release the fields at this level continuously to your other section. The next question, what is this one?
这个问是正和负，然后开始说这个中间是负，然后外边这个环是正。他说你这个不要用这个我们平时的原来的那个电磁的那个来解释。他说这个是因为从中间往外释放这个能量。
The question number 3, it says, I have made coil and nano coated them. Okay. My question is, could I use CO2 gas to coat these coils? Yes, you can, but I advise you to go for higher than CO2, go like copper oxide and above, because you get a plasma flow. In the blueprint workshop, you said the plasma strength of mixed gases used to coat coil should be above 59, the plasma circle. Could you explain it more? Is, what do you call it, Marco's favorite word? You create a gradient of the strength between the coating and the GaNs. So the field pressure is inwards. Next question.
这个问题是 OK 问的问题就是说我能用这个二氧化碳钢丝来涂层这些个线圈吗？然后开始说你最好还是用氧化铜比氧化铜更强的来对它进行涂层。然后说我们有一个就是好像 Marco 做了一个这个就是一个这个好像配方。然后可以就是说能够最好的这个把这个干丝和这个涂层的这个能量来配合。
The question number 3 says, after 3 weeks when we connected the energy unit with the power grid, if we can use it to supply power to electric appliances like high resistance such as microwave and stove. You have to add for short terms. After the second week, if you use a microwave, use it for 1 minute, very short term. You start nano coating your system You have to adapt to it. The same thing with your resistors. You can't connect it in one go for 2 hours or 3 hours or for cooking. You have to adapt and do it, and it seems to be, this is our experience. This is what we have experienced in our test. If you put your stove on full time, you nano coat it in one go, God bless the stove. It'll die. Because you nano coat it, the system does not get to go through the transition. You have to do it in steps. It's the whole thing, resetting the structure. Maybe, I explain to you what is happening. We know how to create heat using nano-coated material, using the GaNs material. We have done it, we have achieved it. It is a matter of commercializing it. High temperature that you cannot even hold. We already achieved this. I've done this 6 years ago. So we are converting the knowledge into the plasma. Maybe within the next couple of weeks, we can show you how to do it. It's a specific way to achieve it. And if we achieve it, we'll let you know. But we're trying to use the whole structure to be plasmatic. And it's been done. I've shown this in my demonstrations, even in Holland and Belgium, 4 or 5 years ago. Creating heat out of nanomaterials. It's very easy when you GaNs it. But in being able to do it and control it is one of the steps we are taking now. Do you want to share a screen or translate?
Okay, translate. 这个问一下，说完了我之后2、3周以后是不是就可以说放这个，比如说电炉子啊什么这些个东西了然后开始说你可以放，但是你不要一下子就比如一点那炉子就点好长时间，你要就说给几秒钟、几分钟，你要逐步的来，让一点一点的给它纳米涂层，因为你要一下就可能把这个电源可能一下就给就是说毁坏掉了然后呢他说现在呢是想把这个，因为整个这个系统结构呢需要改变，说我们要改变到全部是等离子体的这个，用等离子体的这个情况说这个我们可以用这个纳米材料和干丝来产生热量。他说我这个在5、6年前就我就可以做到，就说给别人展示过这个呢需要这个就是说可以产生相当高的热量，这个就是说我们需要来控制这个热量也许可能下1、2周以后，可能我们也许会展示这个会有这个系统来达到这个。
It says if we can save 60–70% energy, even when you use high resistance like power, you can save energy, but you have to go through the process of allowing your systems to adjust. And the heaters, which has heat resistance only bars, they seem to be working for a short time. And if you extend it, you have to cool it, you have to return it. If you have a heating system, high electric systems, which have a fan, which is a continuous cooling system on it, we seem to be working indefinitely or for a long time. Even those you have to train to adjust to it. So it's a process of learning how to use this system. With the conventional system we used for decades, now we need to rethink.
这个说是问那个能够吸收用这个就说电阻类的这个家电，然后可以节约这个60%-70%能量嘛，然后说可以的，但是呢你一定要让这个系统来适应这个情况还有什么没翻译不出来了？说就是说要逐步的来让这个系统要适应我们好像就说做到这个可以控制别人能翻译一下吗 Max?
Okay, the next question it says, this picture we have seen on the cabbage you got to realize Vegetables are living things. They still work in the world of counts, and they follow the same procedure as the living things, like the shell you see. So there is no difference.
然后这个下一个问题就说是看到这两个图片，一个是圆白菜，一个是这个贝壳。他说他们都是活的干丝，都是等离子体，所以他们和就说这个世界的这个
You're looking in a wrong place for. If you look, any three has a center in the middle. The next three, sorry, can we go back on this picture, please?
能再回一下这个照片吗？回去。
Here. I have no control over this.
开始说我弄不了，我好像不能控
You
制。
see here a continuous star formation in respect to the center is kept all the time. When you look, this is your star formation. The center is creating this. And the further you go from the center, there is less gravitational magnetic field strength, and you see it opening up. The center of the fruit, the cabbage, is your, if you have a, how do I go back to the screen then? How do I go back to my screen? They have to stop to share. So when you look at this, the layers of the it's not activating. No. No, we can't go. You have to do it there. Okay, we go the other way. In that structure,
他说这中间是星星。
I explained it's the picture of the cabbage. This picture has been shown on the internet. I've seen it. But this we've seen before, is nothing new. This is the continuation of how we start cutting the, what do you call it, the pumpkin and the tomato. Now people start cutting different fruit, following our teachings. So that's what you see. In that structure, the center of the fruit is the tree. If you look at it, it goes 1, 2, 3. You have this formation. And then now, as it grows, it becomes weaker. You have a continuous, as you move away from the center, the gravitational magnetic field of the center, it gets weaker, so allows it the opening. That's how it works. The next thing.
说这个在最中间是个星星造型，然后呢，你越往外就等于越来越弱，所以这个磁性场就打开了。然后要展示下一个图片。
Okay. The next question. Or do you want to start with the Chinese teaching? Now, do you want to share your screen? Please show the video. As shown in the video, I have a new way to nano-coat copper wires with H2O2 hydrogen oxide and caustic. It might be very good and fast way to nano-coat. For example, in the video, I finished the course on nano-coating in 10 minutes. What's your point about nano-coating in this way? Can we see? You got to learn something very interesting. The longer you allow the nano-coating to take place, the, what do you call it, different quality of nanomaterial layers you produce. You produce nano layers in 10 minutes. We can produce nano layers in 1 minute, instantaneously. But hasn't got the depth and hasn't got the strength magnetic field attraction to the plate. We'll show you at the moment, yes. Okay, do you want to show the... Not many people have hydrogen oxide. Do you want to show it?
开始刚才说你要知道，有的时候时间越长，可能会有更不同的这个层次的纳米。然后现在是放视频，那新的方向的视频。
Okay.
I have the text. Yeah, okay. First, he used the diluted hydrochloric acid. 然后 treated the copper surface for 30 seconds.
Is that in the water or H2O? H2O2.
That's the HCl. So it can remove the grease of the copper. And then he used copper sulfide or copper chloride.
What is in that pot?
It's a copper sulfide. And then he add potassium or sodium hydroxide. No. Yeah, hydroxide. And then put to hydroperoxide. You put the hydroperoxide.
That's dangerous. With boiling
it's become black.
Yeah, it becomes black. What happens to your lung? I think the lung becomes black too.
开始说这个你这个变黑了以后，这有点太危险了吧？那是不是你的肺也变黑了？这个太危险了。
This is lethal weapon.
说这是致命武器。
I think he doesn't show us. He most probably is wearing a mask.
开始说看着他没那什么，可能他是应该是戴个面罩的。
I think it's H2O2, he says, is it? Or he's putting something up. There's something in there. We don't know. Do you know what the blue thing is, Lisa?
Blue thing is a copper sulfide.
Ah, copper sulfide. Okay.
Yeah, and then he put into the caustic.
God, my God.
And then he put the hydroperoxide and become black.
Ooh.
He making all those black things.
There's too much chemical.
It become he said when he put the hydroperoxide or the copper CuOH, it become a black
也是干式态的，因为这个浓度比较高，所以说现在
he said will become a black
就不是干式态的。干式态的话，还是跟浓度有关
And then
系，
he boiled it and waiting to, and then let it cool down, and then put the caustic again. So when he want to make a nano coating, he put the copper inside the the liquid, and then put into some hydroperoxide, and then boiling for 10 minutes. You got the nano coating. Oh my god.
This is it's a chemical reaction.
It's a chemical reaction, but he trying to make a
You see, this
nano
goes
coating.
Yeah, this goes back. Whatever is black, it doesn't mean it's nano-coated, or it can create the field you're expecting. This is what I just explained with the plates, because we have a very good saying in Iranian. William has a mustache, he's not your uncle, huh? Just because it's black, it doesn't mean it's nano-coated.
然后开始说这个黑了，但是不一定说是就是纳米涂层。
We advise you not to do this unless you're a chemist, you know what you're doing.
然后开始说，我最好不建议你们这么做，除非你是个化学，就是家懂化学的。
Very crazy way to do it. Yeah, let me explain this while you're showing. I'll go back on this again. Whatever I did with my pens in my pocket. Can you stop this video, please? Because we advise you not to. What is your discretion? Can I have my thingy back? My screen back. We go back to this here. What we explained on the nano coating. You see, here, even though you have a copper with these copper plates, artist copper plates, why you don't produce CO2 is because this coating on the top changes the field strength here. The field strength here is not CO2 anymore. That's why you don't produce it. Because this chemical plastic, whatever they put on the surface of the copper, changes the field strength in the environment. So you don't create what you expect, so it doesn't work. This is a lack of understanding the process. Just because there's a copper in between does not mean it behaves like copper. Because this coating, even here, this coating, it looks black on the back. It creates a different plasmatic gravitational magnetic field depending on what chemical is used on the surface. Here is not what it's set to do. So, of course, it doesn't produce CO2 because the environment of here now contains a different front. So the field strength here is totally different. You don't produce CO2. This is the lack of understanding of the work of plasma. Pardon?
I'd like to also make a statement that it's not only like when we deal with the video that we were just watching, it's not only that it's just copper, it's the ionic or say the ions of that copper as well. They make a different gravitational magnetic field.
In so many ways, yes, but this is educating the people who try to do it, but they don't understand it, and due to their own not understanding, they guide the people the wrong way. It's just because they don't understand the process. If you get a copper coated, nano copper, we've done it, it's always done, you always produce. This situation with these artist copper plates, Caroline has been trying for nearly 2 weeks to produce CO2, it doesn't produce because the field strength is not there. The minute you put copper, you produce the CO2. So the people who make videos to show this is fake, they have to educate themselves a little bit more, and then we always speak about the same process. And this gentleman, the same in China, just because he produced black copper does not mean it will behave like black, because you have so many different chemicals which come into operation. If you want to use it, for example, for producing CO2, it will not most probably work. Because you add too many chemical plasmatic magnetic field on the surface of the plate.
开始给解释说这个就是我们再回到原来的这个图，这个纳米涂层，因为你现在的话，就像是刚才那个旧的那个，就说那个不好的那个铜嘛，说虽然你是有黑色的，但是你这个磁引力场在中间形成的是跟原来完全不同的，所以不会是二氧化碳。所以说你这个你要明白这个东西这个原理，不是说有这个黑的了就是合适的纳米涂层了。他说你这个东西可能里边会有太多的其他的化学物质，可能就是不是我们所需要的。
Molecules of carbon getting trapped while the nano coating is getting produced. That's how it happens. Because the first layer, Marco says in the nano coating which we used in Belgium, we have reported absorption of CO2, carbon, within the nano layer. I was just explaining to him, yes, because when you start nano coating, when you see a black material, it's 30 to 50,000 layers thick. And while the process is getting done, when the first 2 or 3 or 10 layers are set, the layers now themselves becoming gravitational magnetic field creator of zone, and already in the caustic, there is a same combination as the salt at the low temperature. Then the carbon gets attracted and gets trapped between the nano layers. It does not become CO2. It stays at the plasma strength of the carbon, entrapped between the nano layers, and the report from SCK, Belgium Nuclear Center, says there's up to 5%, if I'm corrected, by mass of carbon in the nano layer. That's how it happens.
他只是说可能就是说你这个做这个涂层的话，然后可能这个碳会吸收到中间，所以这个为什么比利时的那个测试说有5%的碳。
Excuse me, Mr. Kesh, we've gotten pretty heavily into the health workshop time right now.
Okay, we have to stop at 5 o'clock sharp due to a couple of meetings we have to attend at 5 o'clock. We have to be out 5 o'clock sharp. Okay, what's the time now? 15 or 50? 50. We can carry on with the Chinese or answer anything as part of the process. Or if you want to go to the health, are there any health questions?
There are health questions in part of the Chinese workshop here, and we have Ali wants to show his healing pen, but we should move to maybe the health workshop.
Okay, go to the health workshop and then we answer the two. Okay.
And I can restart the live stream. That might be good.
Yep. Okay. We curtail the Chinese teaching.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
现在说我们
Lisa, before you go away, we tried to contact you this morning. You told me something this morning about the happy reactors. Can you explain to us?
OK. 刚才的话就说瑞克说要我先may I translate first? 然后说我们可能马上就要还是进入到健康吧，因为那个有人就说要展示东西，那么我们的中文的这个健康也可以到那里去问。然后现在开始说早晨你谈话的时候你提到这个关于这个系统的这个比较幸福，那么你能跟我们解释一下吗？然后我说好的。Yes, when they testing the systems, if they enter the room with the systems, they feel happy. They also can feel the systems were happy too. Because they put 2 meters in like both side of the system, that's why they couldn't get the energy so I mean the readings are almost same, but they can feel the difference. They definitely there's a plasma there. So and also they put a bottle of gas, CO2 gas there. First the surface is flat, and after they are put like overnight as a second day, when they saw the surface is in the middle is sinking in. So it's like swirling.
Yeah. So what Lisa says, they have the stacker and they have a container of CO2, and the CO2 looks like this. It's sinking in. If you look that way, if you look at it sideways in the cup, it's like this, which is it looks like as is reacting to the plasmatic magnetic field in the system. It's not flat. It's swirling in, like, you plug the water in the north hemisphere. Thank you very much, Lisa. We can go
Thank
to the
you,
question.
Mr. Cash.
Thank you indeed, Miss Speaker.
Yeah, thank you all. Yeah, okay, sure. 然后我跟凯始说了一下我们那2个系统在测试的时候的情况。然后说，就是说有那个2个系统的屋子的话，我们的人员进去后就感觉特别高兴，就是比较幸福。说那个，感觉那2个系统也比较高兴，虽然他们不好像那个能量出不来，但是他们好像也挺高兴的，在那待着也挺舒服的。然后我们放了一瓶二氧化碳干丝在旁边，然后这个一开始的时候呢，二氧化碳干丝这个瓶子呢上表面是平的，然后我们放了一夜呢，第2天去看，它是中间是下去的，就像是有个涡旋的样子。然后就说开始让我描述了一下这个。
Thank you very much, Lisa.
Thank you.
Would you like to close the session and we open the next one?
Yes, that's the end of the 18th Chinese Knowledge Seekers workshop, and we'll move directly now to the health teaching workshop for a shorter health teaching workshop. And people can stay on the Zoom. We'll stay on the same Zoom channel and just change the live stream. Okay.